Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Nissan in Quakertown, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new 2024 Nissan Sentra. This is the SV trim, and this is a new color for 2024 on the Sentra. It's called Atlantic Gray Metallic, and of course we did have a design refresh on the Sentra for 2024. So we're going to take a look at this, see what Nissan is bringing in this Sentra, which is their compact sedan for the 2024 model year. So let's dig in. All right, the front end of this new Sentra in the Atlantic Gray Metallic. Now, the front end refresh is trying to make this Sentra look a little bit like the Altima. And that's really what they did here with the flat black on the grille and the Nissan badge in the middle. However, what I dislike here is we have standard lighting up front. We have standard lighting for your headlights and your turn signals, even though we do have LED for the daytime running lamps, and the fake vents on either side of the vehicle, and they're over here, don't do a lot for me at all. So it is a small refresh to kind of bring the family of vehicles together, the Sentra and the Altima. But at the end, I know we're only talking an SV here, but I think all vehicles, regardless of trim, should have LED lights now. Heck, if we have to buy LED light bulbs for our houses, then the automaker should have to put them on their cars. That's just my view. Let me know what you guys think. Wheel and tire package on the Sentra SV. We have a 16-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, gloss black silver accents, standard brake and rotor package, Nissan badge on the center cap. Now, these 16-inch wheels are wrapped in Hankook Kinergy GT all-season tires, 205 on the width, a 60 series sidewall 16s, all four corners, front-wheel drive. Full side profile on the Sentra SV, the Atlantic Gray Metallic. It's a nice color, but there's a lot of it on here. We do have some brushed aluminum underneath the windows, kind of goes in with the wheels. But for a compact sedan, there's not a whole lot you can do here, but it is a pretty conservative design from Nissan on this vehicle. So let me know what you guys think about it. As we move in closer, we're color matched on the side view mirrors, no LED turn signal on the mirror, color matched on the front and the rear door handle. Fuel filler cap is on the right side of the vehicle. And then up top, you got a color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. All right, the back end of this Sentra, what I do like is the way the body lines come in and kind of peel in towards the center, towards the way the trunk comes into the bottom on either side. Kind of gives it a real good sense of accentuating those rear haunches. And you can see why people like the SR version. This is the SV, the base, but you can see why, or almost base, you can see why people like that. I love the way they have those moved in. I love the taillight design here. We have LED lighting on the taillights with standard bulbs for turn signals. We can get rid of this fake stuff here, smooth it out. And then we have a body color rear diffuser area with our exhaust tucked up underneath the left side of the vehicle. All right, we're under the hood of this 24 Sentra, and what do we have for a power plant? We have Nissan's 2-liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to an Xtronic CVT transmission. 149 horsepower, 145 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 30 in the city, 40 on the highway, 34 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. And in case you're wondering about the suspension, we have independent front strut with multi-link rear. All right, before we get into the interior of this Sentra 2-liter SV, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much am I going to have to lay out for one of these entry-level vehicles? Need to have one for a commute? I need good gas mileage? Don't want to spend a lot of money? What can you do for me? Well, I can't do anything for you because I don't sell cars. I just tell you what they're all about. But here we go. MSRP base for the 24 Nissan Sentra SV is $21,560. Now, this vehicle's got some options, so we got to add in $75 for the clear rear bumper protector, an extra $395 for this Atlantic gray metallic paint. An extra 90 bucks for the USB charging cable set. An extra 270 for the carpeted floor mats with a trunk mat. An extra 330 for the frameless rear view mirror with HomeLink. An extra 80 for the door sill plates. An extra 180 for the map pocket lighting. Then we add in destination and delivery of $1,095 from Nissan's Aguas, Mexico assembly plant. And we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $24,075. Then the dealer added a couple of extras. They added the all-weather floor mats for an additional $200, the wheel locks for an additional $90. So the total vehicle asking price on the lot today is $24,365. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with that push on and off emergency brake. The carpeted floor mats are in the trunk area at this time. Door sill plate that says Sentra to welcome you to the vehicle. Seats, manual seats for the driver and front passenger with black cloth interior with some white stitching, a little gray stripe, a little insert design change, but overall it doesn't look bad for a base interior in a Sentra. All right, the door panels, I'm liking what they did here on this pretty much base SV Sentra. I got soft touch up here on the top of the door, which I like. Then I got some brushed aluminum on the door handle. Then I have a really nice door insert with some soft touch material and some stitching, some faux carbon fiber around the switchgear, which is flat black, a really soft armrest. So even though it's very monochromatic in its look, it's got different textures and different textile feel to each different part of the door panel, which at least gets me think they put a little effort, put a little thought into this SV Sentra. We have a tight door pocket, standard audio system. Up top, we have soft touch with the stitching, hard plastic here, heat and air vent with some gloss plastic around it. And then we have a nice large glove box. Tech-wise, here we go with this Nissan 8-inch iPad-style infotainment screen. And this is not the newer Nissan screen that we saw in the Ultima review last time we were here. This is a base system. All navigation comes through your phone, wired CarPlay, wired Android Auto. But you can Bluetooth your phone right here. You can go to your Sirius XM radio if you would like, other stations as well. So that's good. They got you covered there. We can go to our home menu, and then we can configure that home menu however we would like. We can go to our vehicle settings. We can go to our connections, where you can connect up to 6 devices. So it has some use, but I would like to see, and hopefully maybe in the SR we're going to get the better infotainment system. Well, when we see one of those, we'll find out. But at least here in the SV, you're going to get the older one. And then we have a large backup camera with trajectory, but again, not as clear, a bit grainy. Nissan's really got to upgrade their backup cameras for sure. Now, as we come down, we have hard controls for the infotainment screen. 4 ways, 3 heat and air vents. Down further here, we have standard heat and air. So we don't have a climate control system, and this is to handle your fan speed, higher or lower. Down further, we have our engine auto stop start on off. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A aux jack, and a 12-volt, an area right there for your phone or for some other things. And it is rubberized, so prevent things from sliding around, but no wireless charging pad in here. Here's the gear shift that's going to take you through the CVT. Here's your engine on off. Here's more of this faux carbon fiber in and around the 2 cup holders, which I like. Here is the Sentra key fob right here. Lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button. Nice weight to it though. A little spot here for maybe some coins. And then we have our armrest with soft touch, nice and soft with some stitching. Then we open that up and we have a nice area for storage. Nissan steering wheel, a nice soft touch steering wheel, but nice 10 and 2 notches like the Nissan badge on the horn button. We got some brushed aluminum to lift it up, flat bottom wheel to have you get in and out easier, and they certainly didn't need to put a flat bottom wheel in an SV Sentra. So that was a nice touch, and it makes it really easy to get in and out of this car. And I just love what Nissan's done with their steering wheels. On the switchgear, we got flat black. On the left, you got your controls for the digital portion of your dash, as well as volume and music seek. And then on the right, you got your cruise controls, safety suite controls, and telephone and voice commands. No paddles. On the left, you have your headlights and your windshield wipers on the right side. Down below, you got eco mode. So you have pretty much two modes, normal and eco. Then you can brighten, dim the dash, reset your trip, pop the trunk, and way down there is where you pull that lever to open your fuel filler cap. The wheel, we have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, so that's a good touch. And then on the dash, we got that same old like we saw in the last Altima. We have an analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. And then we have a 7-inch display in the center where you can bring up other information, and each one of these has sub-menus. So I didn't like that setup as well in the Altima because that's a much more expensive car, and that was the top trim. But in a car a little over $24,000, I think this setup is just fine. Overhead console, pretty much plain. If you want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button remains off. When you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting goes off. Here's a spot for your sunglasses right there. No roof to show you. We do have a sun visor though, with vanity, but no light. And then, does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the back of the Sentra, I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll pop on in. A little bit of a low bridge for your head getting in the back so you don't hit it on the swooping roof line. But once we're in, plenty of headroom, shoulder width room, knee space at 5'11". We have cloth seats, no seat pocket behind the driver, but we got one behind the front passenger. And in the back, we don't have heat and air vents, but we have one USB-A for connectivity. On the back door panels, as you would expect, it is much more plain than the front. So here's your front door panel, looking good with those extra touches, which I like. But on the rear door panel, we have all hard black plastic with a black door handle instead of brushed aluminum. We still have the carbon fiber around the switchgear, the fake carbon fiber, and a nice soft armrest. But on the top part of the door, we have cut some costs back here. But I can't really hold it against Nissan doing that on a car that's $24,000 and change. Back seats, same cloth, same headrests. They look good. They feel pretty comfortable, but we don't have an armrest back here. And I complained about this with a lot of other car manufacturers that I don't care what the trim of the vehicle is. We should have an armrest back here. They're making a couple of different configurations of the rear seat depending on what Sentra trim you have. Just make it one and give everybody an armrest. I think that's simpler. But here in the back, it is pretty comfortable in the back of this little Sentra. Getting in the trunk area of the Sentra, you can pop it from the key fob or from the dash. We can come to the back, and right underneath the Nissan badge, there's a button. Pop it, it pops right up. And compact sedan, it's got a big opening, and 14.3 cubic feet of cargo space is a pretty good number for a small compact sedan. Underneath here, we have a spare and a jack, so thank you. Here are these additional all-season mats. They say Altima, so hello. And then here's what I wanted to show you. These are the Sentra carpeted floor mats that look pretty nice and say Sentra on them. So I don't think you can put Altima all-season mats in a Sentra. I don't think that's going to work. Totally different car. But the trunk is a pretty good size back here, and I believe we can drop the rear seats by pulling up those little knobs on either side. So we'll come around to the right side with the 60-40 split. Here's that knob. You just pull it up and drop the seat. So now, with the seat down, it's a bit more narrow, but if you got some long, extra large items and you don't have anybody in the back seats, you got a lot more room in this little Sentra than you would think. Nice job. Window sticker, we'll zoom on in. 2024 Sentra, standard equipment, options, MPGs, estimates of course. Made in Mexico. Dealer added accessories. Total vehicle asking price. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we are out on the road in this 2024 Sentra SV. Now, we have three trims in the Sentra. We have S, SV, and SR. And that's it for this little teeny-weeny compact sedan. But we just got out here, and the cockpit is nice and airy. I don't feel like I'm constricted at all. I got enough room to move around. Feels good. The suspension feels good. It feels like it's well damped, well in control, no creaks, no rattles. I have no vibrations. I have the dealer plate stuck between the dash and the windshield, and if I was getting chassis vibration into the cockpit, that would be rattling constantly, and it's not, which leads me to believe Nissan has got those chassis vibrations under control, which is I really, really like, because that means you're going to get a smoother, more comfortable cockpit feel without those micro vibrations that you may not even feel, causing a little issue for you. But the handling is just fine. Love the steering wheel. Love how it feels in my hand. The seats, these are plain Jane base seats. They're okay. They're nothing to write home about, but they're okay. In a $24,000 plus car, I think they're fine, because you're not going to get much more than this. But as we go down the road, it just feels nice and easy to drive, no problem. And I guess for somebody who's looking for a car like this, maybe you're looking for your first car and you don't have a lot of money to spend, or you're looking for a car maybe to take to college. If you're a college student and you need wheels at school, and again, you don't have a lot of money that you want to spend on a car, then I think this is a possibility. Or if you live in my area up in the Northeast and you take the train and you don't want to take a really expensive car and park it at the train station all day to get beat up and scratched, because they ultimately do, then you may want to use this as a commuter car to the train station or in and out of the city, right? Or from point A to point B doing errands if you want to save money on gas. So there's a lot of different scenarios where somebody would be looking for a car like this. But then again, there's a lot of other competition for a car like this. You have the Nissan Sentra. You have the Kia Forte, right? You have the Hyundai Elantra, which is a little bit bigger than this, but it's still in that compact sedan segment. And then, of course, you got the segment leader, the Toyota Corolla, and the Honda Civic. So there's some stiff competition in here for this market, and Nissan's trying to get their bit of it with this Sentra. Now, I like what they've done with the rear end of this car quite a bit in its exterior design. The front end, you know, they pretty much said, let's make it look like an Altima. Okay, you want to kind of keep it all in the family, I get it, but I do like the rear end of this car the best. That's probably my favorite part of the car. It looks just like everybody else's car from the side, so there's nothing really special to write home about as far as the exterior design in general, but it drives well, it handles well. Obviously, we don't have a lot of horsepower, but other cars in this class don't have a lot of horsepower either, and they're not that heavy. Right? So, steer it and it goes right around the turn, no problem. No problem at all. And we're going to come up here and we're going to hang a right turn, and then we'll do a brake test, and then we'll do a handling test, and then we'll finish up with a turning radius. So here we go. Up the road, hit the brakes in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, they're fine. Stops in a straight line, and then off we go. Come into the turn. some body roll, but you know what? Steers good. Obviously the tires aren't not sticky enough, especially since it's cooler out today, but it's just fine. Now obviously you're getting some road noise, you're getting some wind noise, so it's going to be a bit noisy in here, there's no doubt about that. Turning radius on this is 19.05 feet. So we'll see how it does. Here we go. Yeah, it's a little wide, I think, for a compact car. But hey, I didn't have to make a K-turn, so we'll call it a win. So let me know, what do you think about this little Sentra? Is this a compact car that you're looking for, that you would buy, that you would maybe get for your kid if they're going off to college, or if you're a college student looking to buy a car? Is this something that you would look at? Let me know what you think in the comments. Or are you going to go somewhere else, vis-a-vis Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Toyota? Let me know in the comments. We'll take this turn one more time before we sign off. Look at that. Handles really well. So I want to thank Ciocca Nissan here in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Nissan Sentra SV for a review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.